Okay, got it.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining and participating. We have my good friend Gary Neska here and myself, Sunny Keshyap. We're here to work together as a team and enjoy our session today, our commercial training, and the fun part of networking together, which we're going to share some of our haves and wants a little later. So before we get started, I want to introduce my good friend, Mr. Gary Neska. And he is a manager and president of ICI World. He is very highly accomplished. The previous president of the CCIM chapter. He's been in the industry about 50 years approximately, and a very down-to-earth, helpful gentleman from a perspective of caring and giving. So let's get started and have some fun together.
Thank you, Sonny, for the little intro there. And today, everybody should think of us as an assistant to you personally. That's what we specialize in, being an assistant to real estate brokers and salespeople worldwide. And I do have one thing in the beginning here to mention, that I've always used the term health before wealth. How many people agree with that? Health before wealth. Okay, and on the screen, you're going to see a list of videos that I happen to be listening to YouTube on a regular basis. I paid the $12 a month. That way I don't get any commercials. It was the best $12. I don't like listening to commercials, so I don't listen to commercials on YouTube. But I can listen to any documentary on any subject in the world, from Chicago University right to Harvard University, all over the world. I'm listening to all these different things going on, documentaries. And one of them is Dr. Eric Berg. And he's got a lot of great videos that he's made, and they're all about 10 minutes long only. And you can see 1.1 million views, 3 million views, 7 million views. And these are all the little different tips that I thought I would like to share with every one of you. And everyone, of course, got to listen to their own medical doctor for everything first. But I thought I would do some of these interesting things, because ultimately we're responsible for looking after our own health. And I'm 77 right now. You never know, I could drop dead tomorrow, but I hope we're going to carry on for a few more years than that, but we'll see. So exercise is important, but here's a lot of good advice. Health before wealth. I thought I would add that in. And one of the reasons I brought that up, because I want to request from each and every one of you, if you have any suggestions that you can add to any of this stuff here, you can email me to gary@iciworld.com. Say, Gary, here's a link that I use, or here's some advice that I use, because all of these different things came from different members that are on our service. And when you start to read through these, I think you're going to find them very interesting. Health before wealth. Now we can get started moving on to wealth. One of the things that we recommend for education in the industry is the CCIM program, which is classed as basically the PhD of commercial real estate in the world today for brokers and salespeople to take advantage of. There's the link up there at ccim.com. During the session today, everyone should actually mark down and have ready, mark down the ccim.com on a pad of paper. You'll be taking notes for other things that we will be leaving you to do on your own time. Everything that I'm doing today has to do with lead generation, helping you make more money, learning, education, technology, and it's all crammed into this one little hour. And sometimes you have to listen and be patient for some things that might not interest you. But during this 60-minute session, I virtually pledge that there are going to be items of interest that you can make use of today and every day going forward. And hopefully you'll appreciate that as we go through, and hopefully we do a good enough job letting you know about it. So the CCIM program is pretty important. And I think they have a chapter in Arkansas, New York, and Florida, and all over North America. So this is a worldwide educational program put on by the National Association of Real Estate via the CCIM Institute, which confers the degree to CCIM. I happen to be a CCIM. I'm a past World Conference chairman for the Institute, and I'm also a local past president of the chapter. and a membership chairman, and it has just helped me. I got started in residential real estate way back in 1974. And then from there, I got into commercial real estate in 1980, but then took the CCIM programs and never looked back since. So it can help you on your own personal account. When you come to invest in real estate yourselves, in addition to help other people, the CCIM program can help you. And I'm going to recommend, there's some programs coming up very quickly in Toronto. They're coming up, but I'm going to click on education up here. This is the first one I'm going to recommend for every one of you. It's called CI 101. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and click on it so you can have a quick look. It's the financial analysis for commercial investment real estate. It will help you analyze the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate. So if you're in residential, this has got to be the best course to get started, in my opinion. Number one, I've never had one person in over 30 years ever say, Gary, I regret taking the course. Every single one says they thank me for having taken. They thank me for having taken. Did someone want to add? We're getting a little. This meeting is being recorded. Okay. I don't know if there is.
What happened, Gary? Sorry, there's a gentleman called me. He needed help to log into the Zoom. I was just trying to help him out. Is there a feedback or something?
There was a tiny bit of feedback there, but I think we're okay now.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, so we'll keep going. And so the CI 101 program is a class that every broker can learn. And you know something, you're going to make use of it, each and every one of you, to analyze the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate, whether it's retail, office, industrial, or apartment buildings. You're going to have a good understanding. When you drive down the street, you're going to look at a building and you're going to be able to understand how to make money on that thing, and all the money that goes in, the money that comes out, how you can depreciate. The only difference in the course worldwide is the capital cost allowance depreciation in Canada versus the United States. And they don't cover it. It's not covered. So in other words, the after-tax treatment is not covered. Everything before tax is covered. So you can apply your marginal tax rate to whatever, you do your pro forma and you come out with an analysis. It'll give you the before tax. And so it's just wonderful. It helps you understand real estate, internal rates of return. And you know something, you don't use it on every deal, but I used it one time before. I called it the good, the bad, and the ugly, where somebody was investing in a piece of real estate. He said he was worried, well, if the interest rate goes down or if the interest rate goes up, am I going to lose the project? What if the things stay the way they are? Am I going to make any money? What happens if the interest rate goes down, how much I might make? I ran 3 pro formas. One showing the worst that can happen, one showing which probably will happen, and one showing, well, if the interest rates stay down, boy, and you ended up building on this little extra piece of land that's attached to the building, how could you make money? And lo and behold, within 3 years, he had made $300,000 on that one industrial property that I sold, coming right out of the class. And this project, by having the 3 analysis, did it. But I got to tell you one thing that happened. When I come out of it and I first showed him the analysis, I felt gung-ho. I was full of vim and vigor, and it was a great course. And I come out and I showed him it. He says, Gary, I don't need any of that stuff. And he actually threw it back at me. I couldn't believe it. This is a friend of mine, and he was able to do that, I guess, with no problem. And I sort of hung my breath, and he says, geez, I did all this analysis for you, and you're not even interested in it. I didn't say anything. I just took it back. But it was a year-end tax sale that he was trying to do. And it turned out in December, he was trying to analyze everything. And when we had an offer, we were going back and forth, and they were a little bit apart. He said, Gary, can I look at that analysis that you did? When I explained him all this analysis, it helped crystallize things from him. And he said, okay, bingo. And he ended up signing the deal. This helped sign a deal. This helped create a picture for people. When you show a property and they say, well, I want to think about it. What are they thinking about? There's 100 things that can go wrong when you're thinking about something, and they don't come back because there's skepticism. But if you can print out a beautiful picture of how they make money with a certain property, boy, oh boy, they can take it to their accountant, their lawyer, their colleagues, their family, their advisors, whoever, and they will look at it and they might disagree with some of the things in your analysis. The beauty is you can change it. They want the taxes to go up, you change the analysis, and then you show them that maybe instead of offering 2.1 million, you might only offer 1.9 or 2 million. And so you can change it, but you control the deal. When they take this analysis home with them, that will help you get more deals. Okay, that's enough on education, unless anyone has any questions. The one site that you should go to is the ccim.com. And there are sessions that are coming up in Toronto, because we've got a few people from Toronto here. Arkansas, I'm not sure, but if you go to the website, you can find it. There is a chapter website where all the local brokers meet in all 50 states. And you're going to see in Canada, the website is called ccimcanada.com. And this is the website for Canada. And you'll see they have upcoming courses here. If I click on event registration on that, you're going to see that August 21st, look at that, people. It comes once, sometimes twice a year. You've got a chance to get into it on August 21st. I would go to ccimcanada.com, mark that down. Any trouble, by the way, on anything, just make an appointment with me. You can do that on our website. You click on make an appointment, and I'm happy to share more information about these courses and CCIM, and it can really benefit you. That's the reason for the CCIM in my background here. And now I'm going to move over to another different picture, if I can do that. And I'm going to switch over here to lead generation.
Oh,
Any
look at you, Gary. You're just multitasking today, eh?
Yeah,
Hey,
we're starting to learn things in our old age here, aren't we?
not old. You're still young. Come on.
Okay, very
We have
good.
a question here, Gary, from our
Yes,
friend Leah Butler.
yes,
There,
Leah.
she says, how do you verify an analysis on P&L if someone wants to buy a business? Well, I could
And
answer that, but
I
go ahead
think
if you
that
like.
the person who's done most of the businesses here is Sunny, so
It's
I'm
me,
gonna,
yeah, I could answer that.
I'll let you
So,
answer.
yeah, Leah, so how do you verify the analysis on the P&L if someone wants to buy a business? That's a great question. So we usually get accountant prepared financial statements with a letterhead, and it can be audited or unaudited financials. And we get an idea of the business when we first of all have a look at the income statement to see the cash flow, and then we can go into the balance sheet to get a more deeper analysis of the assets and liabilities. But I hope that answers your question. But accountant prepared financials would be a good start to get the big picture of the business. And then after that, we can dig a little deeper. For example, breaking it down category by category, and maybe auditing sections of it, like the food cost if it's a food restaurant, or the cost of goods sold if it's a retail shop, and really breaking it down and going to the next category like wages, and breaking it down to seeing, what are the operating hours and how you do full analysis on the usage. So she's saying it's a car mechanic dealership. So I've sold one of those before. So there's not a lot of employees in those most of the time, unless it has a lot of bays. So in this example, the profit and loss, or the income statement would be a good start for that. The issue with mechanic shops can be that there is a lot of cash involved. Because some people come and pay cash for their service to be done. It's sometimes normal. So the cash is very difficult to verify unless there's a purchase invoice in place that the part had to be done. But if it's like paint or buffing or something like that, it's difficult. If a part had to be ordered, then you can sort of go backwards. Yeah. So yeah, bank statements, yeah, that works because everything reconciles with the bank. But income statement from the accountant would also be good start, and then you can ask for bank statements secondly to cross-check it to make sure everything balances. So hopefully that answered the question, and here we go, Mr. Gary.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Sunny. Great answer. Okay, let's move on. sometimes people like to know, how can you be making money right away? And I got one example of a gentleman who joined and took one of our little training sessions. And in the training sessions, we're all in favor of MLS. MLS is still the best way to kind of sell real estate as long as you can get a signed listing. But in a lot of cases, sometimes you cannot get a signed listing. And so we have a special question to ask people. If you can't get a signed listing, but they say, you bring me in a buyer, I'll pay you a commission, but I don't want to give you a listing. We recommend that you ask that person 3 special questions. I'm going to cover that right now, but I want to show you there's a gentleman who joined less than 90 days ago. Actually, it was about a month and a half ago. And we taught him these 3 questions. We taught him to go out and talk to everyone in your community. And that's our big message today, is get out and talk to people. Get out and ask questions. And I'm going to give you some questions that you can be asking them. So if you go into a car wash, a pizza place, a restaurant, a daycare center, a banquet center, every single one of these businesses, whether it's in Arkansas, Florida, or Ontario, it don't matter, any place in the world, everybody owns a business. And you can ask to speak to the owner of that business. And when they come forward, if they're not there, you leave your business card. But when the owner comes forward, you introduce yourself with your business card and you say, I'm in real estate. And I just thought I would introduce myself. You never know when we can do some business. But may I ask you a business question? That's the first question I suggest you consider asking. The second thing you asked him when he says yes is, if I was to get you the price you wanted, would you consider selling? Now, all the brokers that are doing that, they're all doing business right away within the first 1, 2, 3 weeks of doing it.
Are you showing that on your screen here, or are you just saying it?
No, I'm just actually saying it.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. I just thought, okay.
Actually, that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that. The reason I'm showing it, all of these people did the same thing. All these deals are being done doing just what I'm sharing with you right now by talking to a local. And every one of these people, owners of a business, they also own residential homes. And we're going to give you a solution. Some people say residential, I don't do residential. If you don't do residential, you do a referral. You can be triggering. I got one broker who's done 15 deals, $45,000 just from doing referrals. So you can be doing referrals, what I'm sharing with you right now. And if you have questions about it, you should ask me and we'll go a little bit slower. But I'm going to give you a reference today. If you don't get everything that we're saying 100%, you can go to our login page on iciworld.com and click on number 5. Number 5 are webinars on demand, and it's recordings of sessions that we've done with real estate boards, real estate associations, and real estate offices. Number 5 on the login page. And you can review what we're doing right now, but in more depth and in more detail, and it's free for you to do so. So if that owner, when you ask them that question, if I could bring you in the price you wanted, would you consider selling? And if they say yes, bring me in $3.2 million for my property, I'll sell it today, but I don't want to give you a listing, is usually what they say. You're stuck until today. There's never been a service that I know of until ICI World where you can work that information. Again, it's in Arkansas, Florida, Ontario, it don't matter where. You can post that information on ICI World with 3 special questions to ask that owner right on the spot. Number 1, will they agree? And this is verbal, because if you can get a signed listing, you don't need to do this. You put it on MLS, still the best way to do it. But if they don't give you a signed listing, you're stuck. But not anymore. Now there's an information service for brokers in the world. All brokers in the world can post their information as follows. You ask the owner 3 questions. Will they pay a commission if I bring you a buyer? Everyone does not have a problem with that question, so I'm going to move on. The second question is, will you cover me with a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer? So you're getting a verbal agreement from that owner that he will sign a 48-hour exclusive listing, because you never want to show a property without having a listing in place. Everyone agrees with that. And the third question is, will they give you permission to market it, but you tell them you're going to do it without the address for 2 reasons. Number 1, if you give the address to somebody, they're going to go behind your back and you won't get paid. Number 2, it could be in violation of your local real estate policies. In the case of Ontario, it's called the Real Estate Council of Ontario. They have a provision in the Code of Conduct and Ethics that you must have the consent of the owner in writing if you're going to give an address of a property for sale. That's proper. We support that 100%. But if you don't give the address, you can post it on ICI World. We are a networking service. We're not an MLS service. We're a networking service that we feel every broker should have MLS, but every broker should also have ILS. And we're making a big case for that. We got investments coming the world way to do all of this stuff. And eventually you'll hear it. You take advantage of it now or take advantage of it later. It'll be up to you. We're hoping everybody's going to be doing it. We're excited about it. And so the person, if they say, yes, go ahead, but I don't want my restaurant mentioned. I don't want the address of my home mentioned. I don't want the address of my banquet center. As a matter of fact, you got to make sure you disguise it. So you can advertise in Arkansas. You can say $3.2 million hotel making money. That's it. That's the whole ad. It's like classified ads in a newspaper, but it's controlled by brokers. The public cannot cut you out of a deal. They can post information in the FSBO database, but only our members have access to that. So in other words, we're an association globally of real estate brokers and salespeople protecting your best interest in real estate to bring all this other information out of the marketplace, get it on here. And it's great for the public because there's more choice for them. It's great for the public because every one of you are trained in consumer protection. And I feel really good about every single one of you being on here because I feel they're being protected because I see all the garbage going on the internet and all the people, $1 billion stolen out of people's pockets over the last several years, even more than that. It's incredible. You see it on 60 Minutes, people getting taken here, and every one of you are here to protect the public. So I'm trying to get all that exclusive, all those for sale by owners. You can be putting them on here by asking, and it's beautiful. You can go to Kijiji, check it for sale by owner in your state in Arkansas or Florida or Ontario or any state, and ask the owner those 3 questions. If they say yes, 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 you can post it on here and you can end up triggering a lead. The problem is when somebody calls you, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to ask you for the address. You must not give it to them. Instead, you simply say that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you come to my office on Saturday at 12 noon, I'll make arrangements for you to see it. And then on the Friday, the day before your appointment, you go back to the owner and get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing to cover your showing, which has a carryover or holdover provision for the next 90 days. You can try to make it be longer. The point is, you're triggering a lead from the information that you have. And if you're sitting on that information, I'm saying to the whole world, all the brokers in North America, shame on you. Don't sit on that information. Get it working 24/7 on an information service like ICI World. And it's working fabulous. That's why I've kept all these testimonials running on the screen. These are first-time testimonials by brokers on the internet that are realtors using information to trigger leads. I don't know if there's ever been a place where you can see over 100 pages and brokers are doing 2 deals, 5 deals, 10 deals, 20 deals, 30 deals. And Mohammed, I'm going to jump in and ask you to comment if you could, because I think you've been a member for a while and have done a few deals. Is that correct, Mohammed?
Yes, yes, sir. I have been a long time with you.
And tell us about how it's worked for you, Mohammed, working information versus MLS listing. We love MLS, we all do, but I want to hear the information side, which every broker can add to their real estate business practice.
Everything is in MLS, but not everything. Some of commercial listings, they are not in MLS. That's why we have to use icrworld.com. This is very, very important and very useful site. And you are the great man that always helping those members in this site. And I always post my listings, buyer or seller, whatever, on this program. And I get a lot of, phone calls, and sometimes it, continues and be one of the deals for me. I like it.
Very good. I want to thank you for that, Mohammed. And we're going to talk about what Mohammed does. And I'm going to show you by starting to open it up to what we call haves and wants. We have quite a few people here online, which is wonderful. And I'm going to ask for your haves or wants. Now, what is a have and what is a want? Well, I'm going to go right here to ICI World and show you. This is the website. You can add this website also as a shortcut on your mobile phone. It covers everything. And if you're not sure how to add a shortcut, you can make an appointment with us, but on an Android, it's 3 little dots at the top right. And on an iPhone, it's the up arrow that looks like it's trying to escape at the bottom of your phone. Add ICI World as a shortcut, which means you have these same 4 choices worldwide on your screen of your mobile phone. You could add the app, but the app is a little bit limited. Sometimes it's a little bit faster. You can try doing both. Add the ICI World Global Real Estate Networking app, and you can also add a shortcut to ICI World. But I'm going to click on Search Commercial just to get started. And I'm going to go ahead and sort them down here. I'm going to sort them by price. And you're going to see that I've got it on less than 3 months old. And I'm going to just leave it worldwide for the moment. In fact, I'll do US first and then do Canada in a moment. I'm going to do US first, and then all categories, haves and wants. These listings are less than 3 months. In fact, I'm going to expand it for demonstration purposes to in less than 1 year. And I'm going to go ahead and search the database, and you're going to see some of the properties, haves and wants that are coming up here from $100 million on down. Financing, Hollywood, Florida, penthouse, a luxury penthouse, 12.5 million. You can see all the different properties that are coming in. And if I was to click on, say, one of these here and go down, you're going to notice that in this particular case, this is a referral. So you can put referrals on here. You can put, let me go to another one just for fun. Click on this one. And down here, this is a picture of an this is an Alaska fishing lodge in Alaska. And you're going to see
Wow, that's beautiful.
under the word control, you'll see regular client. Okay, so there's that. And click here for photos and more details. You can click on that just to see what he's got cooking there. You can put links to your website, put links to virtual tours. You can do all of that good stuff. And it's a little bit on an angle, but there's some pictures there. And I'm not going to switch it around. I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment, for the essence of time. And you can see what's going on. And that looks good. Okay, so you can see how you could be marketing properties. And this was not on MLS. This is exclusive. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'll click on another one down here, business for sale. And this is really important for businesses. You're going to see, usually we have a thing here called control, so you can tell what kind of control you have on the property. There's another little property right there, and you'll see this is a referral. So we're getting more referrals in the US. We would love to have actual properties coming up for sale. If you could, we would like that. There's a bunch of properties from right up to $25 million on that one, structured where you'll see different haves and wants on here, but we'd like to get your properties on here. Here's another one here. This is another referral. It looks like there's a lot of referrals in the US. That's interesting. I didn't even notice that before, but here's a good example. Control, it says exclusive. Okay, so you can be doing that exclusive. You'll notice you will not see an address. And so you can put your properties on here. And the tremendous readership that's going on here is approximately 40,000 IP addresses a month. So it's from 150 countries on a regular basis. To give you an example of the reach that's going on here, I'm going to come back to that in a moment and ask each and every one of you for one of your haves and wants to share it with us in the hopes of even doing business today. But I'm going to go to the Search the FSBOs over here, which is a different database. And I'm going to go to USA up here. And I'm going to do a search down here, and you'll see there's about 4,000 listings have been placed by the public, and we've only got less than 100 placed by brokers. So the brokers are sort of, I sometimes think they're asleep at the wheel, but maybe we're not doing a good enough job getting out there promoting it to you. So I'll take some blame for that. But you're going to see listings coming in from the public. These are posted by actual principals, buyers and sellers throughout the US and Canada. And I'm showing you the ones from the US right now. If I wanted to concentrate on maybe Arkansas, let me see. Arkansas is what area? That's Northwest, isn't it? Is that Northwest Arkansas? Hopefully, hang on.
Sure,
Uh,
yeah.
Yes, I work in Northwest Arkansas.
Okay, well, there's
That's
something.
Alaska. Arkansas is AR.
Oh, that's my mistake. So that's
So
where
Gary and me, we both failed geography. We're equal.
it's up in Northwest. Which one is it? Rocky Mountain? No.
That's Northwest Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington.
There it is, it's south.
You
Go
had
down.
it. It said south, yeah. it said
Southwest
south.
Arkansas and Tennessee, South Arkansas and Tennessee, that's around
Go
Little
down, go
Rock.
down, go down.
Go down two more, one more.
On down,
One more, there you go.
That's okay.
one
Go
more,
up,
right there.
go up
Whoop,
one.
back up,
There you go.
There?
right
Arkansas.
there.
Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you.
You
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
passed,
that's
you
probably around
passed.
Central, because they're naming Tennessee.
Okay, so all of these apply to Arkansas. They apply to all states in a lot of cases. When we say USA, you can see there's 15 private listings, investor wants, Florida hotels. There's buyers and sellers posting their stuff in here, and you can deal directly with them. And what I'm suggesting you do is you call them up and you ask them the three questions, if, would you pay a commission if I brought you a buyer? And secondly, will you sign a 48-hour exclusive listing when we want to show the property? And also, would you allow me to advertise, and you can put it into database number one, which the whole public worldwide can read. These ones here, you cannot click on these listings. Only the broker members of ICI World can click on these listings to get access to all of these. 2,000 apartment deals in the US that I posted because I have links that I find. I'm going to be putting more stuff in here as well of links that you can access worldwide, other websites that you can get information from. So we like to put any website that can help you do business, we'll put them in here so that you can have access to them. Okay, so now I'm going to go all the way back and I'm going to go to search commercial. Does anybody have one have or one want that they'd like to talk about right now in the meeting? Anyone at all? And just say your first name first, if you don't mind. Does anybody have one buyer looking for anything at all?
Yes, I have one buyer for
Okay.
land in York area.
Okay, so basically, have you posted it on here already?
Yes, I have already posted.
Okay, what I'm going to do is something special. I'm going to go down this page. And you're going to see that you can contact a member here. And I'm going to go down the page and you're going to see that we can search listings by member. And I'm going to click on it. And I'm just going to use a few letters here. And I know those are the first two letters, three letters of your name. These are your listings. Am I right or wrong, Mohammed?
Which one?
All of these listings are yours.
Yes, I have many listings here. Let me open it.
Which one is this the one here? You're looking for an office building?
No, not that one. The first one. No, not first one. Markham, very old one.
These
that
are
one.
Mohammed's listings online. He's speaking to you now.
Yes,
Where's your one wanted in York?
York area. Hold on, I can.
So maybe you
Wanted.
don't have it on here.
No, I have already put it there. I have land for sale, GTA, land for development.
I know, but you said you wanted the land or you have the land.
Okay, maybe I haven't posted yet.
I don't think you have.
Yes, no, I
So-
didn't.
Is it fair to say you could be missing doing deals and not realize it? If somebody comes here today and they look here once a month and they were looking for land and they didn't see it, you could end up missing them. I'm
Yes,
suggesting
definitely.
that you got to treat like how can I say this? When you go fishing in a boat, no matter where you are in the world, you got to keep your line in the water to have a chance to catch a fish. Marketing is a lot like fishing. And so you got to keep your line in the water for everyone. This is a recommendation for everyone. You got to keep your line in the water. Do you want to talk about any of these at all, Mohammed? Right now, you've got some nice haves and wants on here.
Yeah, I have too many ones.
Share a have with us.
Sonny knows about it. I have told already Sonny.
Tell
Which
me
one?
again.
Okay,
Mohammed?
yeah, I am here.
Yeah, which one do you want to talk about? Let's talk about one of these. Oh, here,
I-
you got this one here. I'm going for the biggest one because
1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, GTA land for development.
is this the $58 million one?
That is $58 million.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about that without giving it away?
This is a land in Richmond Hill. I don't say address exactly what is going on. And it is 12.7 acres land. Surrounding area is under development, but my client has not done anything. But if buyer goes to city of Richmond Hill, he will, he can apply right away and he can get his approval maybe next few months.
Okay,
That's
is
a
there,
very precious land, almost 13 acres land. But actually my buyer doesn't go down and he says, if somebody brings this amount, I will sell it. Otherwise, he's not going to sell. Last year, I had $40 million offer. Actually, buyer agent sent to me an offer, but my client didn't accept it. 40 million. It was builder.
so this shows you that you can be doing this in your area. And I'm going to recommend that every member of ICI World talk to the local builders in your area and ask them, are you looking to buy or sell any kind of real estate in the next 1 to 5 years?
Mhm.
And they might open up and say, I got a piece of land, you give me $60 million and I'll sell it. Bingo, you can be posting it on here. And bingo, you can end up getting a buyer. And next thing you know, you could be making $1, $2, and $300,000 checks are not uncommon through this service. We've done deals over $50 million. More than, I think there's several of them have been done over $50 million. So you can be making really good connections in your local market area on all this kind of stuff. Anyone else thank you very much, Mohammed.
You are welcome.
And anyone else have or a want? One buyer looking for anything, anyone?
I have something.
Okay, is that Chris, is it?
Yes.
Yes, Chris, go ahead, Gary here.
Hi, Gary. I have a buyer looking for something in New Jersey. Preferably a mixed use building. There's low inventory and he's looking in a certain section. I mean, I guess I can give you the county.
No, you don't have to get that. You can
Okay,
I'm just
sure.
gonna do a quick search here and see how many come. You'll see how I'm searching New Jersey.
Yeah, let me do the same. So you're on commercial.
I chose the FISBO area.
Oh,
And the reason
FISBO.
is we don't have much in our main database for the brokers. But we do have good stuff happening throughout the United States in the FISBO area. And I clicked on the FISBO on the front page and I'm pulling up New Jersey and I'm doing a search. I'll search the other database in a moment. And you'll see there's about 335 have been placed by the public here. Now, yours is was it an apartment building or what was the type of property?
He's actually looking for a mixed use, like apartment, like maybe 1 or 2 apartments and a storefront for his business.
Okay, so it's, okay, I'm going to change this to a have. Haves are the properties for sale and for lease in New Jersey. Bingo, let's see what we got. We got about 48 opportunities. I don't know if you can see some of these online.
Yeah, I got it on my other screen. I'm trying to pull it up too.
Okay.
New Jersey search.
So what's neat is we have a way, I'm going to mention it now in passing because it's every time's flying by. We
That's
have a
crazy.
way of everyone joining for free. How you join for free is we've got a special that we had at Realtor Quest is the Canada's and actually North America's largest real estate trade show, 10,000 attendees, second only to NAR once a year. In fact, NAR gets about a similar amount. We attended that and we had a booth at that show. And we offered a special at that show of $240 for 15 months to join ICI World. And then you get my personal help as much as you want. And in addition to that, we introduced something special called the VIP card, which gives you discounts on all things throughout the world. We had one broker who saved $300 on renting a car in San Francisco. One broker bought a Lenovo laptop for $200, got savings for $200. And this discount card, you get it when you join ICI World, and everyone, if you use it, you should save more than the $240, which it costs to join today. So you can be having access and be putting all your stuff on here for the next year and 3 months. And I will be helping you. And I'm pledging to you that everyone should be making connections every 90 days. Otherwise, you give me a call, you're missing something, and you're going to have access to all of this as well, Craig or Chris.
Yes.
Okay. And tell us a little bit more about your property now. Pardon me for cutting you off there. Go ahead.
So it's a property for a client of mine. You know, he has a property he's got to vacate now because they're selling it, and whatever happened didn't work out with the seller. He's been renting there for 17 years, and now he's looking to buy his own property somewhere else in New Jersey, right? And I'm trying to find him something.
Okay, so that becomes a very good want to place on the service. And how that's done is you would simply go to the main website and you click on the word login. And then once you're logged in, you come down here is where all the work is being done, where it says executive member services right there. But you click on the add have want. And if you were logged in, you type in wanted. New Jersey. And then apartment, or say commercial and apartments. Now, what would be the price range? What would be the minimum price range they're looking for?
I think it's not an expensive one. I think he's looking, you know, 600,000 to 800,000.
Okay, so 600K. I'm going to say to oopsie daisy.
600 to 800.
Okay, so 600 to 800K. Now, is he qualified?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he has the money. Now, this is another good reason why people should always deal with real estate brokers, because you can notice Chris has got the person qualified. He's already qualified. You just click on USA, and then we go to, I think it's North Central here, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Then New Jersey. No, sorry, I clicked. Oh, wait a minute. Atlantic.
Mid-Atlantic, I think it's Mid-Atlantic you clicked
Mid-Atlantic,
before.
right.
Yeah, there you go.
New Jersey. There we go. Change the have and the want to a want. And he might be looking for commercial buildings, but also maybe apartment buildings. I don't know. You can choose both, and you can say commercial and apartments, and then say New Jersey, and you can get specific here where you want it. Okay.
Yeah,
And you put
okay.
in the 600 to 3, and then you put in the maximum price down here, which I think was 800 or something.
Mhm.
800, 1, 2, 3. And then we usually copy the subject line up here. I go Control A on a Windows computer, right click, copy, come down here, post it there, bingity boom. And then I would go down here to the very bottom. Hang on 1 second. And I would just click on submit information.
Wow.
And that's how fast it will do. And then once you do that, how does it show up? Well, if you hit the back button and you click on, let me move my Zoom window out of the way, click on latest world USA, you'll see the listings coming in here one at a time.
Wow.
Now, in this particular one in Florida, I'll click on that just for fun. And you're going to see what we're doing to help you market Arkansas, Florida, and Ontario to the world. We have an internet links box where you can, we already linked to your website down at the bottom. So we're going to be driving traffic to your own personal website. But all about Hollywood, this is a special link that sells Hollywood to the world. So people from Europe, Asia, South America, the Caribbean, Texas, all over can see this kind of information. This helps to sell Hollywood to the world. You tell me if this isn't fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. And so 90%, I have a statement that I make that 90% of the brokers are missing the boat on the internet. Why? Because they're throwing properties on the internet with no due regard to the location. And when you think about it, the 3 most important words in real estate are location, 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 and people are missing it. In the CCIMs, we have another 3 words, and it's called timing, timing, timing. And so we've developed we have 3 list services that we control on the internet. We actually, these are servers that we have the whole server. We built this so that we don't want to have any interruption from any other service. We don't want to share services. And we built it just for brokers worldwide. And basically, it's this other email list service, which I'm going to go and show it to you, iciworld.global. We have over 100 domain names triggering leads for all brokers worldwide. It's 29 years in the making, by the way, to do this. And you're going to see that we have these mailing lists where we send out digests of properties. You can subscribe to the FSBO area for Canada. You can subscribe in Ontario, CAON commercial for Ontario, that one there, all the ones in Ontario. And then if I go down further and go to the next page, I'm going to go to USA here in a moment. It's chugging away. Oopsie daisy, it didn't do, oh, I didn't. Oh, there we go. USA, and you'll see USA, Arkansas is right there. So I would subscribe to receive all the listings in Arkansas. I would click on that and you can see how this is Arkansas. You can be receiving, if anything comes for sale, bingo, you get a copy right away. Starting at 12 o'clock midnight, we send them out. Same thing for New Jersey as well, Chris.
Okay.
Is there anything else pressing that you'd like to mention before we move on to someone else?
No, so you have to actually, you mentioned you have to actually join, or you can put that posting up, or.
Well, actually, if you want to just click on, let me just show you one thing that makes it free and hopefully you buy into it. But
Okay.
basically, I'm going to go click on the join button up here. And when you come down the page, you're going to notice that the normal fee to join for US is $3.19.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you go back up a little bit, we've got a special until July the 31st here, and I'm going to click on it. And you're going to see a new page open up, and you're going to see a VIP client card. This is something brand new for all brokers in the world. This is a client card you can use any place in the world. I'm going to go down here just a little bit. By the way, that's our booth.
Okay.
Okay, and we had like 6,000 people pass by our booth that we handed out handouts to and brochures.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get to stimulate the networking for every single, we're going all out, man, to try to get everybody to come in. And when you place your information, they can see it. If you don't place your information, zero
Right.
response.
Okay, so just I got the website up. So what do I click on to? I know you said I could join later on, right?
Click on, yeah, you can join anytime. Click on join
Okay, got it.
and click on the red button.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, got it.
Okay. And now when you go down the page, normally people that this is a special seminar that Sonny has produced. Sonny spends a lot of time doing these webinars. He's got other ones, social media and other ones that he produces. And everyone that joins ICI World, if you get someone to join ICI World, we're going to give you credit. So your renewal becomes, instead of $319, becomes $240. And the new people can join for $240 as long as you give them your email address. Now, normally people would join with a special.iciworld.com, but Sonny, in consideration of Sonny providing this particular seminar today, I'm going to suggest that you do not use this special because he doesn't get credit for that. Instead, you go down a little bit further and you're going to see there's a special referral program for all brokers in the world going forward so that every one of you can be recommending ICI World and getting credit. And what happens is your first credit is from $319 to $240. Additional people, we add 3 months onto your membership. And theoretically, you got 4 more people. You can renew for $240 for 2 years, which is $10 a month. It's incredible. I got
Yeah.
brokers making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars here. It's
I
incredible.
also put the link in the chat box, and then the promotion's also there, so you can take full advantage of it.
Okay, if you get the promotion in the chat, I'm going to show them another way to get it as well, Sonny. There's 2 ways. I'm going to
Okay.
show the way online here, and it's called the Referral Sponsorship Program, where if they click on this, another page comes up, and you notice I can type in, I can search for Sonny, and if I don't know his email address, I can go to Find Referrer up here, and I can actually do a search for Sonny. And other people will be able to do it for you as well. I go, oh, oopsie, I didn't search it properly, Sonny. There we go. And then I search. There's your name, Sonny. I put a check mark, do that. And then when I go to sign up, I don't know what happened here, Sonny. First, find referrer. There you are. I'm glad this is happening now. Search for referrer. Go to Sonny. Okay, let's do that. and last name, search for refer. There you are. I'm going to click on there and I'm going to select referrer. There you are. And I should be able to go to sign up. Oh boy, what's happened, Sonny? I don't know. So use Sonny's link. And
Just use the
this is-
link. It's way too complicated.
I
The
know.
link-
I'm
the
gonna
links in the
just
chat
mark
box.
down,
And
I'm
then
gonna
along
say
with that,
fix
one moment, you'll
George.
also receive the recording of this. And you'll receive the promotional link in your email inbox tomorrow, Thursday. So keep a lookout for that tomorrow afternoon, give or take. And the promotional link will be in there as well. But if you'd like, you can just grab it from the chat box and you can do it today.
Now, other people that are going to listen in, I'm going to do something special here. I'm going to type in sunny.iciworld.com,
Hello.
press enter,
It's
and you will
Pramati.
see that the form does come up. So in other words, you can get this special for, and Sunny will get a little bit of credit. Sunny,
मैंने अभी अदनान को फोन किया है कि मैं शाम को भी कर दूंगा जुनेद।
sorry?
I'm gonna mute everyone. Please unmute yourself, Gary, okay? Because someone's like having
अरे
a whole
बोल दूंगा
call
ना प्रॉपर
conversation.
कि मैंने अदनान को वैसे कहा मैं प्रॉपर बात कर।
Terrible. Okay, sorry about that. Unmute yourself, Gary.
Is that Stephen talking?
No, somebody was on the phone. That's crazy.
Oh, okay. Stephen, were you going to say something?
No,
Stephen,
he's good. He's good.
Stephen Lawrence? Oh, okay. Okay, does anyone else have a have or a want?
Wait, before we do that, Gary, I
Sure.
got my friend Yvette. She's asking for the mailing list. Can you just show us how to get those free mailing lists coming in? You know, how you can subscribe to
Oh,
get the
sure.
mailing list, please.
All right.
I just
there-
want to deal
okay.
with the questions as they come in, so it doesn't pile up for the end.
Okay, you can go to this one here that says for the public. You click on that. And when you go down the page, you'll see that there's 4 ways that the public can make a connection. Searching the database, 1, adding their haves and wants free, the public can do that. Searching for a member, but you can subscribe to the daily email list services. It's number 4 for the public. When I click on it, you'll get that same page that I was showing you a moment ago. There are all the mailing lists. Okay,
We got another question. One moment.
okay.
Can an agent not be a member and able to see if they're a potential buyer? Or what's the question, Bahar? Can you clarify your question, please? Unmute yourself.
While they're thinking or talking, anyone else that gets a have or a want ready, let's get them in here. Let's get a few more in here. If you don't have something.
Oh,
for-
I think I understood the question. No, you don't have to be a member to see the available listings. Everyone is able to see the listings. It's open to everyone.
Yes,
You only need to be a member, I think, if you want to post haves and wants. Is that correct, Gary?
that's correct. And you have to be a member for one other very important thing that'll help everyone make money. And I'm going to show that right now real quick. When you go to For Brokers up here, you're going to see something called Add Global IDX links of exclusive apartment buildings, shopping centers, and more to your website. I'm going to click on that. And you're going to see that you can power up your website with thousands of listings here. You'll see generate leads, and then you're going to see jump to see sample websites. This is going to explain a little bit more what all these links are all about. But what I want to show you is, by the way, always make an appointment, no obligation to join. We help you whether you're members or not. The more connections are being made, the better it is for everyone. But you can see how you can add apartment buildings to your website. You can add shopping centers to your website, industrial development land. You can add farms, recreational properties, residential properties, businesses, everything. It's beautiful. I'm going to click on this link and you're going to see add exclusive to your website. On this website, there's over 50 sample websites. You can look at it later on your own time, but I'm going to show you just one. We also supply these websites because we're assistants to brokers. We supply these websites as well for every state in the US and Canada and province in Canada. And you'll see that everyone should have MLS on your website if you're a member of NAR and CREA. If not, you can still have the website and you can have exclusives on your website. Look at that. Now, this has been designed for Canada and in Ontario. In the case of the USA, we have the World FISBOs, and you're also going to have the World Commercial, where people can search commercial properties in your area. And you're also going to have my haves and wants, which are going to be your have and want listings. So in this particular case, this gentleman here, Tom Highland, if I was to click on my haves and wants, these are his particular haves and wants, and he's got 22. We recommend every single one of you have 15 opportunities to do business, or I'm telling you now, you're missing opportunities to make money. And that's because there's a lot of information, way more information available to you to post on ICI World that can trigger a lead, just like MLS can trigger a lead. It's beautiful. And we're going to help you get to 15 literally within 90 days. Otherwise, you give us a call. We'll give you a hand how to get there. Now,
One moment.
Okay.
Leah, your answer I posted in the chat box. You got to book a call with Gary, and I put the link there as well. I emailed you the link if you ever want to book it. Okay. Sorry,
Now,
go ahead, Gary.
okay, thank you. In the case of a residential, I'm going to click on Ontario Residential, and you'll see that there's all kinds of choices that you can make. You can make choices worldwide from here. You can choose the haves or the wants. You can search less than 1 month if you want to, or you can search any age on ICI. Well, I'm going to leave it on 90 days, 3 months. You can choose any business area. And you can also choose something else called keyword searching. Keyword searching is up here. So if you're looking for waterfront land, I'll just do waterfront just for the sake of argument. And I'm going to leave it on just the way it is right now, but I'm going to expand it for information purposes. And you notice I recommend you always sort things by price. And I'm going to search the database, and you'll see all these homes that are being sorted by price. And so you're going to see that there's assignments on here. Sometimes you can't put assignments, on a real estate board. And in certain places in the US and Canada, you're not allowed to actually work exclusive listings. But these are not listings. These are networking information. It's a little bit different from listings. If you have a signed listing in the US, the Realtor Compliance Act, you have to comply with the MLS. You actually have to put it on MLS within a day with break policy, depending on where you are. And in this particular case, we're networking exclusive information. These are not signed listings. So I don't know how they can possibly force you to put something on a real estate board if you don't have a signed listing. What we tell people is you can network the information. When somebody calls you for the address, you're not allowed to give it to them. You shouldn't give it to them anyways, because they can go behind your back. You tell the people that once you get the listing signed, you'll give them a call back. In the meantime, as soon as you get the listing signed, you put it on MLS, and then you call these people back. So to me, that's conforming with what they want done throughout all the US and the new law coming in Canada. Okay, so that's there. Now, if you notice one thing, if somebody is interested in this particular property, the beautiful thing about having this on your website, people cannot click on that number. So what's going to happen is people are going to try to click on that number and they can't do it. That means they have to call this Mr. Tom Highland. If this was you, excuse me, they have to call you. So what's going to happen? Somebody's going to call you someday, and they can even call you in Arkansas or Florida on this particular property. You never know who's going to be on your website from any place in the world. And they're going to say, can you help me with message number 416992? Can you help me? Sonny, can you answer that? I got to get a drink of water.
Absolutely, yes.
I'll be right back.
Okay, what was the question? Can you help me with? Huh?
If somebody calls you on a listing that's on your website that's out of your market area or out of your
Oh, I
expertise,
can answer that.
how
Yeah.
do you handle the phone call when they call you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very simply, you pass them along as a referral, and you get paid a referral fee. You in Ontario, it's Form 641, which is the referral agreement. And in other provinces or other states, it's a different referral agreement, but you basically sign a referral, and you never lose business. You never lose the customer or the business. You say, sure, I'll get one of my colleagues to help you out, and they'll be in touch with you immediately. And you sign a referral, and you send that referral out, and you do 50, 60, 70, 100 of these referrals every single year, and you enjoy your life. And if you want, you can send those referrals to me all day and all night, and I'll take them. And I'll gladly pay you a referral without any hesitation whatsoever. We have something in the box here. Can you email me the link? You mean Chris, do you mean the promotional link? If you mean the promotional link, tomorrow you'll get the recording of today along with the
Yeah.
promotional link.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'll get it. I'll send it to you one-on-one now if you're in a rush.
No,
You
no,
will get it tomorrow.
I connected with you in my workplace too.
Oh yeah, we're in the same company. How are you?
Yeah.
Good?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. It was a pleasure
is
meeting
great.
you. Yes,
I want to find out more.
let's do some business.
Absolutely.
Now, here's another great, is it okay to jump in, Sonny? Is it okay with everyone?
Yeah, we're just socializing. You're good.
Okay, let's say you're talking to a lawyer today. It's good to ask the lawyer, does he know anybody looking to buy or sell any kind of real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? He might say, well, as a matter of fact, we have a group that's buying apartment buildings in Arkansas or Florida or Ontario. And what you can do is go to iciworld.com and you click on, in this case, in Ontario Commercial, and you'll see a page come up. These are the links from ICI World. And if you click on apartment buildings, you can actually answer that lawyer and say that you have over 100 apartment buildings from $77 million on down. You tell me if this isn't incredible. Now, somebody might be interested in one of these. Again, they click on that number, they can't do it. They have to call you. And if they were calling you, Chris, they'd say, Chris, can you help me? I'm interested in 415-435 for $5 million. Can you help me? And you might be ready to go on holidays. You don't have time to even want to do that. So you could say, yep, I'll have somebody call you back. You get a hold of the broker that's got that listing and say, I got a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you?
Mhm.
That's a 5-minute phone call. It's averaging $5,000 to $15,000. The best one we know of is somebody's done 15 of them, a Remax agent out of Peterborough, and he made $45,000. In his case, it was a small
Wow.
community. And there's one thing better than listing and selling real estate. That's the big message. Another big message today, it happens to be referrals. However, you got to trigger the leads to get the referrals. And this is a way, from a broker's point of view, it's the content that triggers the leads. If you don't have content on your website, to me, it's almost useless. I don't care if you got a $1 website. It's useless if you don't have any content, because it's the people are interested in the content. They're interested in these listings and looking through them. And you're going to have one of the biggest selections of properties on your website by having all of this. You got development land. And in the case of, and it's going to help you get listings too. Because let's say you're looking to try to list maybe an apartment building, you can click on the wants up here for apartment buildings and look at all the buyers that you're going to have on your website. This is going to demonstrate how well connected each and every one of you are into the marketplace of buyers. This is a powerful tool, people, when you show this to people. And that's where I say you can do business almost every day, especially if it comes down to even businesses. And I'll show you that right now. Every business that you go into for the rest of your life, I'm going to suggest that you talk to the owner and ask every owner of every business you ever go into, would you consider selling if I got you the right price? If it happens to be a hotel or a motel or something like that, you can actually show your website. You never send people to ICI World once you're a member. You only send people to your own website. You click on hotels and bingo, you're going to see, and we'll show you the little trick to search hotels and motels. There it is. You just search OTEL on the page, and you're going to show him that you've got buyers and sellers of hotels and motels on your page. And look at this, how many buyers you actually have on your website. Look at that. So, and you know something? This is why it's fast. This is why people are doing deals right away on ICI World. I mean, within the first week, sometimes within the first 3 days. One gentleman, he happened to be a residential agent, and he happened to go into a dollar store. And he asked the owner of the dollar store, would he consider selling? He said, yes, bring me in 300 grand. I'll pay you a commission. He put it on here. He got 2 buyers within the next week to show that property to. It's that fast. Why? Because there's a lot of competition amongst these particular buyers to look for the right thing. I have a saying, there's people with money, there's people without the money. The people with the money always got the money. I don't care if it's bad times or good times. They've got the money. And usually when they like to buy is sometimes during the bad time. And that's when some of the people really have to sell. And you're the number one
Right
position
on.
people in the whole world to bring that information to the marketplace by simply asking a free question that can trigger and help you make a $30,000 to $50,000 commission within the next 48 hours. It's possible if you get somebody saying yes. So it's up to you to get out in the marketplace and ask these questions. And you don't have to go out of your way. If you're staying at a hotel motel, ask to speak to the owner. You get a gas station car filled up, ask the gas station owner. Go into a LCBO, ask the owner. Like restaurants, daycare centers, everything, car washes, you name it. There's buyers for everything here. You'll see them all on the screen. So
Sounds
yeah,
exciting. Yes.
how about another have or want from someone? Oh, by the way, Canadian brokers, the US brokers, I've been saying you should be posting your information on here. Let me go back to that website. And the reason I want to show you is when you post information on here, you're a US broker and you're placing your commercial and residential properties on here. 1 second. I'm going to show you that your properties appear on Canadian brokers' website so that they can do a referral back to you. Let me go back down here. I failed to show that. Anytime I get US, Sonny, you should remind me to do that.
Yes,
you can see if
there
I
are,
go
US is our
exclude-
neighbors
and
and, you know, everything's great.
look at this. I'll show the ones, the FSBOs right now. People can search a Canadian broker's website for the USA and bingo, look at all the properties coming up in the USA. And when you post properties as a member, I'm going to go to searching as a member and world commercial, excuse me. And let me go to bring up USA. I'd like to get all the USA properties on here because Canadians are buying up to 30% of the properties in Florida with cash. And let me click on that. Your properties will show up on Canadian brokers' websites instantly and automatically. We got over 2,000 Canadian brokers that got this on their website. And here's a beautiful way to reach all the Canadians. Actually, you reach South Americans because we're a world service. We get people from 140 countries. We get people, there's basically from South America, North America, just all over. We're getting way more hits than there are real estate people in these areas. So yeah, it's nice to get all your properties on here.
Excellent. Very good.
Okay, any more haves or wants?
I have something, but I'll let someone go first.
I was gonna share a have. So I was on this meeting a while back. I can't remember. Maybe spring last year, Gary. And I think I mentioned, Sonny, that we had a lot for sale in Mexico, Baja.
Yes.
So that we were able to sell that actually this
Oh, wow.
past spring. And we have additional lots we have been able to acquire. Well, my husband, he's not the realtor. So he's the contact, although I am licensed here in Canada. So that's something that we have, some more land, oceanfront, 180-degree view in the Baja.
Oh, beautiful. Boy, if you could, it's in Mexico, right?
Correct.
Okay, so database one, there's
Yes.
Mexico there. That's all we have. It would be great to have your properties here.
Mhm.
And then also I can show you what's in database two over here in Mexico. And you'll see it's already on Mexico. It always seems to remember the area, which is good. And you'll see properties in Mexico coming in here too. So it'd be nice to have your properties on here. We look forward to helping you make connections on that. And I'll tell you one thing, Canadians like the hot weather, so you should get it on here.
Dry desert heat, it's good.
Yep. So it'd be wonderful to have it on here.
Excellent.
How about someone else? Some more haves or wants from anyone?
Apartment building, Ontario, open to all of the province of Ontario, minimum 75 units, maximum about 750 units. Looking for an older building which has an upside. Older building which is more spacious, but it's ugly inside, ugly outside. So we can use that in our advantage to have an upside.
So there's
Budget,
over-
I forgot to
there's
mention the
over
budget.
There's over 100 apartment buildings there.
Yeah, the budget's 250 to 350 per door.
What's the total price of the project, please?
Let me tell you right now. 250 on the low side. It depends, right? So let's say
You're talking 20 to 25 million?
more than that. Yeah, let's say 100 million.
Okay,
Yeah, even that one on the top looks interesting.
There
No,
you
I'm
go.
sorry, that's land. I made a mistake.
are you, you're the one with the buyer?
Yes.
Okay,
Burlington.
so there's basically 4 things that Sonny can do to make a
No,
connection.
this is land, Gary. I think we're on the wrong screen. We
Well,
want
this is
apartment
a-
building.
They've put their, this is approved for an apartment building. I think that's why he put it here.
Oh, you
So
know, if you try
sometimes-
to search multifamily, you might get a better search.
I did
Oh,
search.
Oh,
And you're
okay.
gonna find that when you work with
So
classified
small.
ads, it's not a perfect system like MLS, and it's a good time to bring it up. That it's a free flow enterprise here, the freest flowing enterprise for networking real estate in the world today by brokers and salespeople. And so sometimes people put things in wrong categories and they make mistakes and stuff like that. And we sort of let it go. But what we're doing is displaying listings that are just less than 90 days old. And if some people put this in here because they figure they might get a buyer for apartment buildings, but it's approved for land. And if you got somebody to build a building, maybe you can do the deal.
Yeah, excellent. This is good.
Now, there's one more thing I should mention. Sometimes brokers don't put in their prices. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of this page, and there could be a beautiful building for $50 million that you don't see because I go down to the bottom of the page and look at that, all the people that did not put their prices.
Hmm.
So, it's up to you, how you want to do it, but there's a whole bunch of different properties here. Like there's construction and land loans, but it's 140, there's a 149 unit apartment building right there for $10 million. Look at that. And we didn't see it in the other spot. Again, this is control. This is a regular client of this particular gentleman. He has a relationship, and we like the term regular client rather than even exclusive because it shows that you're directly in touch with the owner. It's not.
Why is it so cheap?
I don't know. You're going to have to give them a call and talk to them about it.
Yeah, I bet you there's a catch. That's way too cheap.
Okay. So, well,
Hang on.
anyways, that's the kind of things that are going on here. Make sure that you read the listings at the bottom in case they did not put their price. If they don't put the price in the listing, it shows up at the bottom. And yet you could be looking up here and you would be missing it. If I click on this one, you're going to see this is exclusive. And so this is giving every one of you people a wonderful opportunity to make money that you never had before. You don't have this right now. A global scale of networking, that opportunity, and we're doing it in a confidential basis. We're not giving the address. When somebody calls, you're going to qualify the people, try to make an appointment, then you put a listing agreement in place, get your confidentiality agreement signed, and then go show it. Okay, so just because we're working open and exclusive listing doesn't mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before showing it. And we'll make sure that hopefully you don't make a mistake by putting too much information in your ad where people can go behind your back. That's one of the
Yeah,
things.
that's dangerous business.
Yeah. Okay, another have or want from someone. Let's do it.
I have a want.
Okay,
Motel, 2-hour radius of Toronto. Under 10 million. Please.
okay. Let's go Ontario there. And again, this is keyword. And you're going to see keywords for bakeries, auto mechanic shops, bed and breakfast, like everything that you can think of. And by the way, if I don't have something listed here, I will add it for you. No charge. This is built to serve you.
that's
This is
nice.
built to help you make money. But you can see all the different keywords that are coming here. If you want the Cummings for sale, you can search that. Dance studios, daycare studios, design build. But I'm going to go right to not florist and flower shops, but we're going to go right to hotels and motels. There it is there. And you can search both commercial and business opportunities because it is both. I'm going to change the haves and the wants to a have. Now, do you want them just less than 30 days or any age? I'm going to recommend any age.
To any age, because we can always call that person and if it's not
all about-
available,
All
It's
about
networking.
networking, people.
Yeah.
You can get a buyer from here and go sell something else. We like to take credit for that to help you do that deal. I'm going to sort them by price. And I'm going to search the database. And there they are.
That's not bad. It's a little small, but it's not bad.
Okay. You mean the printing, you mean?
Yeah. Getting old here.
How's that?
Yeah, that's much better and beautiful. I can see that nicely.
Okay, so you can see, and I become your assistant. I know I was going a little bit quick here today, but we'll kind of slow down, have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. We start at 6 a.m. in the morning. You make an appointment every hour on the hour is the way that I like to work. I'm 77 years old. I stopped playing telephone tag many years ago with all our members. I hope not to lose your business because of that. But we definitely prefer that you always make an appointment with us. And then that way my time will be your time. I will spend one-on-one. It's uninterrupted. It's quiet. I can enjoy being with you and help you do these deals. And I love hearing
Yep.
them.
And
Your
if you had to stay on call and you had to answer your phone morning to night, the cost wouldn't be so cheap for the system, you know, it'd be much more, right?
Oh, you'd have to hire 3-4 people. and
Yeah,
answer
you'd have
an
to have a
extra
whole
200
team in
pounds.
place for support. So, I mean, and plus a lot of people like I prefer to book my 15-minute or 30-minute call with someone because life, you know, I don't have stress. It feels like I'm at ease when things are planned out.
Just let me check my checklist. If there's anything else I wanted to cover here today, right away.
And while he's doing that, does anyone else have or a want to share with the group? You're more than welcome to share it. Maybe you have a want. I'm sure we all have a want. We want something for our customer or client.
So
Well,
the
we usually have a
retired-
lineup for this, you know?
I'll
Today
finish
it's a
off
quiet
with,
crowd.
I'll finish off with our retired brokers program, which is retired. It's the only one in the world that I know of, retiredbrokers.com.
Car wash.
Let me click on that. Oopsie daisy, I spelled it wrong.
While you're loading that, my friend Karen, she's looking for a car wash in
Oh,
Toronto. What's your budget, Karen? So she wants a car wash in Toronto. I'm assuming with property, right? Property included. And what's the budget? Toronto East Side. Okay, less than 10 million. Good. Excellent.
Okay, so we're gonna go and do a quick search for that and how fast it can be. Can you
Oh.
imagine if it's working for every state and every province? Oh, incredible. Let's go down to search commercial. And that's a keyword. So you look for the word keyword here. If the keyword's not here, you can type in your keyword down here. And I'm gonna just type in 4 letters, WASH, and see if that brings up car washes. I'm going to expand it to any age to do the haves and the wants. Sometimes I like to do that for a reason, and that's to show your buyers that there's other people looking for these things, and it helps create a sense of urgency for your buyers. If they see other buyers looking to buy, they're going to hop in the car today and go look at the car wash rather than saying, oh, I'll wait till I get back from my holidays in 2 weeks. Bingo, they might go today and look at it. And that creates a sense of urgency. But there's some car washes right there. Isn't that neat?
Oh, so there you go, Karen. There was a bunch of them there.
And Karen, you should be placing your want on the service.
I think this is my friend Karen, right? Is that you there? Give me a sign. I think so. I know you. Excellent. Good. Does anyone else have
I
any?
wouldn't mind asking one question going around the room. Is there anyone wants to add anything today, either about the industry for the good of the industry? You can say anything you want, and just we'd like to hear from you, each and every one of you, in case you have something that you'd like to communicate with us. We'd like to hear questions, answers, policies, anything in the industry, anything you might like to hear in the future.
There's a sensitive one lately, Gary. You know, with the OREA and the mandatory health coverage.
Okay, talk about that quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's nothing
Did
big.
he look? Yeah. Did he
Whoa.
wave?
What happened there?
Did you wave?
I
Or
thought I
not?
muted everyone.
You looked right at him.
Hang on, we gotta figure this out. Okay, we're good.
Oh, coin laundries too, we got here.
Yeah, we gotta do Yvette's coin laundry too after this. So yeah, it's a sensitive topic, and even my friend Yvette and I, we know a lot about this. Is that you know, they're trying to push this health coverage on us without getting our vote. And it's good for some people, but it might not be so good for people over 60. They already have some of that coverage from the government, right? And it might not be good for spouses because some spouses have jobs and their job covers the spouse for the health coverage or, you know, those type of benefits, right?
Right.
So we were just saying, even Yvette, even Karen, my friend, we were saying that, you know, it should be optional. It should not be mandatory. What do you think about that, Gary? And everyone else?
Oh, I think I'm all a big believer in choice.
Optional.
Yes. I agree that it should be an option, Sunny,
Mhm.
because there are a lot of people, including myself, who is already covered for that type of insurance. So I would be doing double insurance.
Mhm.
Now, I did
Actually,
hear that somewhere in insurance law that you're not allowed to have the same coverage twice. Is that so?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not like, I have an insurance license, but I don't know about that.
Okay.
Actually, everyone's bringing up some good questions. I think maybe nobody wants to duplicate health coverage, and I'm sure those people thought of it. Maybe we should be getting some firsthand advice from somebody to talk to us about that health program and see if maybe it is optional if we've already got coverage. And if somebody doesn't have coverage, they should be able to maybe to get it, because sometimes people can't get health coverage, but on a great big group like this, they might be able to opt in, you know? So maybe we should get some more information on that.
Yeah,
Sunny.
our concern is that if it's implemented for 96,000 people, registrants, then why aren't those 96,000 registrants voting? Why are the boards voting on our behalf when we're paying for it, you know?
Well, and that's a good thing. Let's bring it up in the next meeting for next month. I would like to hear. more
Absolutely,
about
yeah.
that.
And we have
If I
to
could-
also. Mhm.
If I could step in, if you don't mind, I brought
Please
this
do.
out within our
Okay.
own brokerage
Yes, please.
of EXP, and it is a board concern that we are to approach. It's not a brokerage. And because we have a structure in place, which was just mentioned, that we have representatives that vote for us, that those representatives voted in favor of it, although it seems to be provincially wide that people would prefer the option. I think it's an excellent plan based on research that I've done. But the idea of it being compulsory, and my main point to our board was that how can something not related to real estate result in the removal of your license to practice if you don't enroll? And that's the major impact where, and the other
exactly.
comment that the other person made was, yeah, you can't really double dip for insurance. You can't say, okay, I've been injured, I'm going to claim this from insurance X and that from insurance Y, when in fact you've already claimed once. So there are some issues to be raised, but the only place to raise our voices are not within our brokerage, not within a community of professionals, but within our own boards. Now, it also seems to be that the Toronto Real Estate Board, having a great population and a great number of representatives, had a major influence on this vote. So if it's to be changed or if it's to be modified, we need to sway the TREB group, because they are the majority of voters, as I understand it, and I could be wrong. But that's the
You
only
mean
route to
the
take, is go to
members.
your real estate board.
The members of the TREB board. Okay, got it.
We have the same issue with the exclusive new rule for exclusive listings for residential as well. The board's voted on it, and that's the way it is. January 3rd, 2024 comes
Okay.
in.
And I think we got to search Yvette's laundromat there, please.
Got them on the screen.
Oh, wow, you're one step ahead. Look at you.
Actually, there's a lot of business, let me show you one more thing here. I'm going to go back once, and I'm going to go to database number 2. And there was business done in this area as well. I'll just type in laundry first 4 letters and do a search. And there's 60 buyers and sellers of coin laundries. Look at that. Okay, so there's connections here for that stuff. You know, it took 29 years to build this, to get this to the state that you can actually pick up the phone, call somebody and make an appointment and go show something. So I don't know, we've been working long and hard to try to build this for everyone. Hopefully everybody appreciates it. And
We appreciate you, Gary.
okay, thank you, Sonny. And if anybody has any questions, just simply go to any of our main websites and make an appointment. And that's my way of
Excellent. Well, we want to thank you, Gary, for being so great today. We want to thank all of our participants for coming and participating and supporting us for our monthly commercial training and networking. And we want to see you back here again next month, the 3rd Wednesday of the month, same time. It's on your calendar already because we've just posted on your calendar, so it will reoccur. And that's it. We want you to have a great time this summer and be safe. And if you'd like a recording of today's session, reach out to the person who invited you. And if not, if you're on our list, you'll automatically get the recording and the discount code tomorrow in your email. Because we sent a lot of texts and emails today, we don't want to bombard people, so we try to space it out a little bit. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap up today? Questions, comments, concerns? Speak
I have a
now,
question.
forever hold your peace. Oh,
Okay.
yes, dear, yes. I was,
Okay, so where do you get all your leads from? Who fills your database? Where do you get the database?
from you, the members, from all the real estate brokers.
Oh,
It's just like
okay.
we're an
So how many-
association of real
Yeah,
estate
I
brokers and salespeople, and all the member brokers post their information.
So how many members do you have
300.
already?
300.
300. And now how long have you had the app created?
The app created in the last few years. We
Okay.
really come out of the pandemic because if we
Long
sort of
time,
been
yeah.
shut down almost for 4 years there, getting
It
out
gets
into
so
offices, but
rotten.
it's really taken on, you know, May of this year. I'm just going to show you one little thing here so you can see what's going on.
Okay.
When I click on this special right here, this red button, you're going to see myself and my sister here. And this is the first show that we've met the public in 4 years. And that was in May of just a few months ago.
Okay.
We haven't been mixing with everybody. We're a little more careful, I don't know, than some. We're, you know, trying to be careful and stuff like that. But
I see.
we just had all this, you know, our nice signs made up to get out there and start promoting things.
I see. Okay. That
But,
was my question.
the most important thing, I think the most important question is, are people doing deals? And that's why when you go to our site, you're going to see this testimonials, and people miss that. If you miss the testimonials and our pledge that every single member either does deals every 90 days or triggers leads every 90 days, I'm going to show, oh, by the way, this is a fun thing to kind of watch. Here's somebody that just did a deal recently. Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is good. That's awesome.
We want to do deals.
whoa, look at her. She's excited, eh?
I want to lead on a high note. There's a lot of brokers doing deals here, and there's our pledge right there. We're pledging to you, never go longer than 90 days without doing a deal or triggering leads to do deals, or give us a chance to help you. So it's a pretty specialized service. There's nothing else like it in the world today. And
you can see also that like me, I've been with Gary since 2003. Mohammed Perfuzard, he's been with Gary for a very long time. So, you know, we wouldn't keep renewing it every year if it didn't work, right? And if you calculate your return on investment on it, the upside of even $300, give or take a year, versus a 10, 20, 30,000 commission, and that's being very conservative on commercial real estate commissions, is pretty good, I think, you know, in my opinion.
It's hard to figure out the ROI when you make $100,000 and it costs you $300 to join.
Exactly. Well, even if you
It's-
made $10,000, do the ROI on that. It's still
Yeah.
amazing, right?
Yep, and I'm not happy to every single one and does deals. And if you're not making deals, just make an appointment with us and we'll go over why not. We've been on the internet for so long. We know we've gone through the school of hard knocks. We've had people, I don't know if people want an example of some people that were not making money and how we helped them, but that can leave that for another subject another time.
Excellent. So let me stop the recording here.